Hi, this is Richard Quack coming to you live from Malaysia. I would like to welcome all of you to this live session here. And the topic today is on personal development. And I'm going to talk about how to take back control of your life. Now, I believe that if you want to be successful, you got to be in charge. You got to be the captain of your ship. All right. A lot of people are not in control of their life. That's why they fail in their lives. But if you want to be successful, you got to know how to take back control of your life. So this is a very important topic that I'm going to talk about today. All right. Now, do you realize that you have the greatest gift of all? And what is the greatest gift? The gift of choice. All right. Nobody can stop you from making a choice. All right. That is the greatest gift of all. And if you are not in control of your life, then who is controlled? Remember this, you are the captain of your own ship. So if you are not in control of your life, ask yourself, who is in control of your life? All right, it could be, your mind is in control or your ego is in control. All right, now, why don't people like to make decisions? Because I said just now, we have the greatest gift of all, that is the gift of choice. But the problem is that people do not like to make decisions. You know why people don't like to make decisions? Because they fear they're going to make a wrong decision. A lot of people have fear, have doubt. So they do not make decisions at all because of that fear and doubt. So if you want to be successful, you got to learn how to make decisions and got to learn how to get rid of fear and doubt from your life. Okay? Now, the other thing you must realize is that everything happens twice. Do you realize that everything happens two times? Okay? Now, let's talk about the Mona Lisa. Let me give you an example, like the Mona Lisa. You know the Mona Lisa, the painting, right? Now, people will say that the Mona Lisa is the original painting. But the truth is that the original painting is not the Mona Lisa. The original painting is in the mind of the artist called Leonardo da Vinci. So first of all, Leonardo has got to visualize it in his mind. All right, so it happened first in the mind, and then only then he drew on the canvas. So basically, the canvas, the portrait, the Mona Lisa is not the original. The original is in the mind of Leonardo da Vinci. So everything starts with the mind. That is why you hear from everybody out there that the mind is very important. You got to take control of your mind. If you don't take control of your mind, then your mind will control you. Okay? Now, I ask you a simple question here. Those of you who are on this Facebook Live now, or even watching the recorded version later on, right? Now, are you here by accident? Are you here by accident? That means you just, scroll around, browse around, and suddenly you landed on my Facebook Live. I don't think so. There is nothing that happened by accident. You decided to be here, and that is why you are here. So it all starts in the mind. You decide, yes, I'm going to watch this Facebook Live tonight. And basically, that's why you're here. So nothing happens by accident. So everything in our life, you have the right of control. You decide to be here, and you are here. Okay? Now, unfortunately, a lot of time, people are not in control of their life. Do you believe me? A lot of people are not in control of their life. Let me give you a simple example. Before the COVID-19, I used to give a dinner seminar, all right, whereby I invite people to come for nice food, and then they have the seminar that I talk about how to improve the mindset and so on. All right, a lot of them register, okay? They register. So once they register, that means they already decided to come for the talk, for the dinner talk, right? But you know what? Some of them, before the seminar, they drove the car out of the house, all right? And they saw the weather is very bad. It's going to rain. So they say, well, I think that it's not going to be a good weather. And they turn back. All right, they turn back. So who decide for them? It is the weather that decide for them, not them themselves, all right? Another example is they come out of the house, they went to the highway. All right, in the highway, there's a traffic jam there. And once they see the jam, you know what they do? They turn back. Again, they miss the seminar or the talk. And who is in control? It is the traffic jam that is in control. All right. Now, let me joke about this one. All right. Now, they got ready to get out of the house. And then before they open the door, the wife turned around and talked to them, say, darling, why don't you stay back tonight? Don't go for that stupid seminar. We watch movie together today. Okay? And they say, oh, that's a good idea. And then they stay back home. They didn't come for the seminar. So who is in control? Again, in that case, the wife is in control. So do you realize that in what you do, I want you to think for yourself, a lot of decision that you make, it's not your own decision, but it's made for you by circumstances, by events, by weather, traffic, and so on. So we are not in control of our life most of the time. But you realize that it is your own life. And if you don't take control of your life, then somebody else is in control of your life. You won't be successful. Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you here? All right. So basically, it is important for you to take back control of your life. Now, why do this happen? Okay, there are a few reasons for that. The first thing is that the old negative programming. A lot of people have got negative programming when they grew up until today. They have negative programming, and basically, they have a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, and so on because of all this old programming. Okay, so they have been programmed a robot or a computer to do things that they don't even think about. It is on autopilot. Okay, they are just behaving like a zombie. That's it. All right, so basically, it is because of negative programming. Because you must realize that when we grow up, we have been programmed throughout our whole life. Okay, we are programmed by our parents. We are programmed by the people that surround us. When we go to school, we are programmed by the teachers and the friends that we have. Yeah? And then when you go to work, you are programmed by your office mate, by your boss, and so on. So we have a lot of negative programming within us. Okay. The other reason is because of habit as well. Habit. We are all human creatures of habit. We do things without thinking because we have already adopted the habit. Okay. Like some people, they're always late for meetings or events. Why? Because of habit. They have been living their life that way, so it becomes a habit, and habit is not easy to break. All right, habits is very difficult to break. So they have developed that habit over years and years of their life, and that is the reason why. Probably their habit is they always register for seminar and they never turn up. That is also a habit. All right, just like people who start a project, all right, and they never complete. They start a project, they never complete, and if they keep on doing that, the whole life, they will start something and they will not complete. So it's all about habit. Okay. Now, what are the characteristics of people who are not in control of their life? Okay, let me tell you. And I want you to think for yourself, are you one of these people? You are? Then you have to change. That's all. We can always change because I always believe that change can happen in an instant. It is the decision to change that takes a long, long time. When you decide to change, you are committed to it, everything will start changing in your life. Okay. Now, the characteristic of people who are not in control of their life are, number one, they like to blame. They always point finger at other people. They blame. Oh, I'm late for the meeting. Why? Because of the traffic jam, because of the weather. They blame. All right. And the second thing beside blame is they like to justify themselves. When you justify, you're trying to tell people that, it's not your fault. They justify themselves. Oh, I'm late for the meeting because, it was a heavy downpour just now, and so on. So they justify themselves. And lastly, the characteristic of people who are not in control are they complain a lot. They complain a lot. Do you know people like that? If you complain a lot, what does it mean? It means that you are focusing on things that you do not want. All right? You complain about things that you do not want, and you know what happened? The law of attraction works. Period. That means you are attracting into your life things that you complain about. That means you are attracting into your life things that you do not want. All right. So that is the reason why when people are not in control of their life, they live their life by default, by chance. All right. The truth is that you can live your life by design. That is the beautiful part of your life. All right. You can design your own life. But most people, because they are not in control, they leave it to default, they leave it to chance, and so on, which most of the time, they're not happy with their life. Okay? So now, I want to tell you a few things that, how you can do, what you can do to take back control of your life. Okay? Are you interested in that? And again, this is only my opinion, right? So basically, take it with a pinch of salt. And move on. Okay. Now, the first thing that you need to do is be in the present moment, because a lot of people, they are not in the present moment or not in the now. When you are not in the present moment or not in the now, that means you're thinking about the past. Okay, you are thinking about the future. So you are not in control. You got to be in control to tell yourself, I'm going to be in the now. There's no other time except now, because whatever happen, all right, 10 minutes from the moment is still a now. All right, so basically everything happens in the now, and you got to put yourself in the present moment, in the now, if you want to take back control of your life. Because when you're not in control, that means your mind stray everywhere. You realize that your mind can, take charge of you. That means you do things without even thinking. All right, that's how your mind take control of you. And because of habits, because of the negative programming and so on, your mind will take control. Rather than you running your own life, your mind is running your life, which is not good. Okay? Now, the other thing is that accept and surrender. You must realize that everything happens for a reason. All right? Accept and surrender. Write on a piece of paper or a card, and carry it with you. I like this statement, okay, which I read somewhere, okay? Good is good, bad is good, everything is good. So everything that happens in your life is always for your good one. All right? So accept and surrender. When you accept and surrender, you don't force yourself against circumstances and outcome in your life. You have to be happy. So when you accept and surrender, you are happy all the time. You don't care what happened. All right? And when you don't have worry and so on, then you raise your rate of vibration. And when your rate of vibration raises, you attract people, you attract circumstances and everything that that is equal to that rate of vibration. Okay? Now, remember this, accept and surrender. Okay, a lot of people cannot accept and surrender. They always focus on things and then start blaming, justifying, and complaining and so on. Okay, the third thing is how you can get rid of this is observe what you do. Okay, observe what you do, but no judgment. All right, because observation is strength, judgment is weakness. So when you observe yourself, when you're driving a car, okay, when somebody overtake you and you get angry, observe it and don't make any judgment. Just think about it, observe it as, oh, I'm getting angry because somebody overtook me. All right, don't judge whether it's right or wrong, but just observe it. Because you know why? When you start observing all these things in your life, it will slowly disappear because you become conscious of it. All right, so observe without judgment. That is the other thing. Okay, now the last thing I want to say here is that, stop complaining. All right, remember I said when you complain, you talk about things that you do not want. And when you talk about it, you focus on it, it will happen to you, because the law of attraction states that, whatever you think about, you're going to bring about. All right, so stop complaining. Can you do it? If you want to change your life, then you got to do it consciously, control. Okay, what I like is that previously I bought this what's it called? Can you see? All right, I bought this band. Okay, it is a band which encourages you not to complain. How it works is that you put this band, I mean, you don't have to have this particular band. You can buy any band outside there, all right? You can put it on your wrist, and then how it works is very simple. You do not complain for a period of 30 days, because 30 days will make it a habit, all right? Now, let's say you don't complain day 1, day 2, day 3, all right? Now, if day 4, you catch yourself complaining, then you got to start all over again, start from day 1 again, until you complete 30 days, in a stretch of no complaint. I challenge you to do that. Okay, you can buy a band or whatever it is, and wear it on your wrist, and then remind yourself not to complain. All right? So, try it for 30 days, because I can guarantee you, a lot of people cannot last for 30 days. Within 2 days, 3 days, they start complaining already. All right? But again, if you do it seriously, if you start complaining, even after day 29, all right? Day 29, you haven't complained at all. Day 30, you complain. And then you know what? Start all over again from day number 1. All right? So that's what it is. Because you got to get rid of complaining. Because complaining is one of the weakness or habit that will pull you down. All right? Because when you complain, you're not going to attract people into your life as well. People don't like it, right? So basically, you are not going to have a good relationship with other people and so on, and even with your family as well. All right, so stop the habit of complaining. This is one of the habits that a lot of people have been using it all the time, which is a bad habit. Okay, so that's all my sharing for today. I hope that you learned something here. All right, let me summarize for you. The topic is how to take back control of your life. You can live your life by design, but you got to be the captain of your ship and the captain of your soul. All right, your greatest gift is the gift of choice. You can choose what you want to do, but the sad part is that people don't choose. Because why? They fear they make the wrong decision. Okay, and everything happens 2 times. Remember, it happens in the mind, then only thing it manifests, just like the Mona Lisa. Okay, why is it that we have all these negative program? Why is that we don't take control of our life? Because of all negative programming, and also because of the habits that we have created over the years. All right, the characteristic of somebody who don't control their life is, number 1, they blame. Number 2, they justify themselves. Number 3, they complain a lot. And the few ways that you can take back control of your life is, number 1, be in the present moment. Okay, be in the present moment. Number 2, accept and surrender. Be happy. Everything happens for a reason. There's always something that is good that happens to you. Okay. Number 3, observe without judgment. That means observe what you're doing. All right. If you catch yourself doing something that is negative, then observe it, but don't judge it. Because observation over a period of time, it will just it will dissipate the problems that you have. Okay, because while you become conscious of it, and then you will not do it again. And lastly, this is the most important one, is stop complaining. Try to do this exercise for 30 days without complaining. I challenge you, 30 days without complaining, and tell me at the end of 30 days whether your life has changed or not. Okay, so that's all my sharing for today, and I hope that you learned something here. I appreciate you for being here today, and I really hope that you learn something here. And if you like what you hear and see, please feel free to like, to share, and to comment. Okay, so I appreciate you for your time here, and that's all my sharing for today. I will see you again on Friday. All right, on Friday, and that's all. And this is Richard Quack here from Malaysia, wishing you good night and goodbye.